Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey, today we're going to look at Words Beyond a Book Test from the Other Brothers and Vanishing Incorporated. All right, book tests. I love book tests. I do. I collect them. I have a bunch, and I think I'll do some more this week. Do some more reviews for book tests. That would be good. This is from Vanishing Inc. and the Other Brothers, and it's just a small fiction, kind of like self-published book that maybe you'd get from Amazon or something like that. The trick goes, you could have the book open to any page, and the spectator thinks of a word, okay? And there's no unnatural procedure. You're not saying, well, count to the third word on the fifth line, nothing like that, okay? And then immediately, without any first letter pumping, nothing, you start telling them exactly which letters are in the word until you get all the way to the end, and then you reveal the entire word completely. This concept used is different from any other book test on the market. Let's get into this review. All right, so a couple questions we always ask about all of our magic reviews, and the first of which is, what's in the box? What's in the box? There's no box. It is a shrink-wrapped book and has a cardboard sleeve wrapped all the way around it. The cardboard sleeve tells you a little bit about the trick and then has the code, the download code for the video. A video will take you out to the internet and you'll have access to a 32-minute video. Is it what I thought? It's a book test. You know, it's a book test, and there's lots of different ways to do book tests. I think lately we've seen some very creative book tests come out onto the market. This is a new method. It's a new method. It's not something I think that you'll be familiar with or ready for. There's some familiar elements to how the book is constructed for sure, but the reveal is different, and I think what the Other Brothers have created is a little different, which is kind of cool. As far as the angles and the inspectability goes, angles-wise, you could turn your back and everyone could watch you. You don't need to use a crib sheet or anything like that. You could do this blindfolded if you wanted to. So there's nothing there. As far as inspectability goes, and I'm just gonna kind of throw this together with the negatives kind of up front. The way the forcing is done, okay, the way the words are used on the page is a little obvious. You don't want your spectator to have the book open and have them staring at the page for long amounts of time, okay? You almost want them to find their page, find their word, and then boom, you just pull it back, okay? So inspectability-wise, this isn't something you want them to hang out on. You want to guide them across the page, quickly find their word, and then take it away. Because I think prolonged exposure to this book, people might start to see that it's not really a real book. What's the overall quality and production value of the video? You got the Other Brothers. They're sitting at a dining table. Because there's two of them, there's no mic. And it doesn't really ever cut away. You get some close-up shots of their faces at various times, but it's mostly just the distance shot. As far as what they're gonna teach you, they're gonna go over how the book works. It's a very simple method. And then they're gonna go through about 5 or 6 different routines. Routines that would be casual, just walking up to a person and just going into it. Routines that involve paper and pen and a little bit more of a storyline. And then they even teach you a hangman trick that you could do on stage. Is the book well made? The book is casual, it's unassuming. Like I said, it looks like a self-published book that someone might have done. It's certainly not gonna be recognizable to anyone. Typically what I do when I get these is I ding them up as much as possible. Ding the corners, bend the spine. I run coffee along the edges so that it looks like oils from my fingers. It doesn't really sound convincing when I say, oh, this is my favorite book, or I know this book front and back, and then it looks brand new like I've never opened it. So you should always weather up, dirty up all your books in your book tests. How much practice does it require? Hardly any. Like literally once you learn it, it's gonna be hard to forget it. You could literally learn this, stick it on your shelf and forget it for a couple months and then go right back to it and go, oh yeah, I know how to do this. It's really that simple. Plus, if you ever forget, the book even has a built-in crib on the back that you could stare directly at and the spectator would never notice. How much setup and reset is there? Like I said earlier, there's no complicated procedure to remember. That's typically your setup, right? So like you said, you can just keep this on the shelf and just go back to it whenever you want. It's gonna feel completely impromptu. Positives. All right, so what are the positives about this? You know, this is a very good idea and it's very affordable. There's only some slight fishing and the smallest amount of memory work. If you use several books for your presentation, this could be an option to include. Or this would be perfect for a beginner or the magician that wants an easy book test in their act. Negatives. All right, so what are the negatives? You know, like I already said, just wouldn't have them stare at it for very long. I think some of the force words on the page can be a little obvious if you're looking too hard. Is it worth your money? I think right now it's $35. $35 is very affordable for a book test, and like I said, this would be great for somebody that wants to add an extra book into their book test routine. There's all kinds of other things you can do with this book besides force a word. You could also force a page number. So this trick has some multiple uses. So I think anybody who likes book tests, collects book tests, would also like this. It's certainly a good book test to add to your collection. All right, so that's everything I can say about Words Beyond a Book Test from the Other Brothers and Vanishing Incorporated. I want to thank Murphy's Magic Supplies for allowing me to have this so that I can do this review for you. And if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, you can find it wherever quality Murphy's Magic products are sold. Thanks, bye.